Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a beautiful whipped body butter. And I'm really excited to be sharing this with you today. I've been getting lots of requests for a whipped type body butter. I posted a body butter video a few years ago now, I think, where it was an emulsified formula with water and butters, which is a beautiful formula. It's still available. That recipe is still available for purchase on my Patreon campaign. In today's video, we're going to be making a waterless body butter. So this is a very decadent and creamy formula that I come up with, and I think you really are going to like it. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you step-by-step tutorial and how to make this and why I'm using all the ingredients that I'm using. And if you want the full written recipe plus tutorial, please head on over to my Patreon campaign where you can unlock this recipe and so many more for just a small $5 pledge. All right, I'm gonna get my gloves and my cap on and let's get started. All right, so the first thing you want to do before making any type of leave-on product, lotion, cosmetic, or butter is to make sure you completely wipe down and sanitize your entire workstation and anything that's going to come into contact with your product. Also, you're going to want to be wearing your gloves and having your hair in some sort of hair net. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and weigh off the shea butter. So shea butter is going to be the butter of choice. And this is going to be a cold process method of the whipped body butter, meaning we're not going to be applying heat to this recipe at all. So the reason for that is the shea butter whips up beautifully with just some liquid oils. And also, if you heat shea butter too hot or it cools down the wrong way, then your shea butter can turn into like a grainy type of consistency, and it really does ruin your product. So in this method, this product is going to be completely made cold process. So I'm going to show you how we do that. So we are going to be weighing off the shea butter, which is an absolutely gorgeous butter to be using. It's the star ingredient in this recipe. I'm going to be using my KitchenAid stand mixer. You could of course use an electric hand mixer. You do not need a KitchenAid mixer to make this, but that's what I'm going to be using today. And we are going to be just weighing off the shea butter directly into the KitchenAid mixer. So shea butter is a relatively inexpensive butter to come by, and it's readily available, and it is just gorgeous on the skin, especially for aging or mature skin. It's really, really moisturizing, decadent, creamy. It's got a ton of vitamins and antioxidants. So it's just overall a wonderful ingredient. So we are going to be adding in our shea butter. Okay, now before we do anything else, we need to go ahead and get this going a little bit into the mixer just to kind of soften up these butters. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and turn the mixer on about medium or medium high speed just to get these butters broken up and ready to take the liquid oils. So I'm just coming in to scrape down the sides. So you'll have to stop periodically because it will try to climb the walls a little bit here. So you're just gonna scrape down the sides. And then mix again. Alright, so as you can see, it's just kind of broke up the chunkiness of the body butter, and now we are getting ready to go ahead and incorporate in the liquid oils. And it's okay if it's kind of stuck in the beater here. As the liquid oils get incorporated in, this will get looser. Alright, so now it's time to weigh off our liquid oils, and then we're going to incorporate them into the shea butter. So you guys know how I feel about kind of greasy textures on my skin, so I formulated this to be sort of lightweight and airy. It is by nature going to be more decadent and oily feeling than a product with water, but as far as a whipped body butter goes that doesn't have any water in it, this is a very lightweight feeling formula, and that is because we are using some apricot kernel oil. Now, apricot kernel oil is a light carrier oil. It's very skin loving, again, easy to come by, and it has a silky, airy type feeling to it. So we're going to go ahead and add in our apricot kernel oil. Okay, and then to this we're going to be adding in some beautiful jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is an awesome ingredient to add to any skincare products, I believe. It's so silky and beautiful, and it's very similar to our own skin sebum, our own skin oil and makeup. So it's very skin loving. Your skin will really like this. It's balancing and just gorgeous. And I find it to be a very hydrating oil. It's actually it's considered a liquid wax. So it is just a beautiful thing to add to your products here. So we're going to be adding this in. All right. And then we're going to stop with just these liquid oils here. We're going to incorporate them into the shea butter, and then we're going to incorporate the rest of the liquid ingredients. All right, so you're going to start out slow, and then we're slowly going to incorporate in these oils. Okay, and then we're slowly going to just start increasing the speed a little bit to get these incorporated in. And I'll bring you right back when these are all mixed in. Okay, so as you can see, we are starting to get a very nice kind of whipped consistency, and you can see the color of it has kind of changed as well to kind of a light creamy color. It's tinged a little bit yellow because of that golden jojoba oil. So the next thing we need to do is weigh off the rest of our liquid ingredients, and then we will be incorporating those in as well. All right, so the next thing we're going to be weighing off is oat extract. Now we're using oat extract because it has very calming properties to it. So if your skin is inflamed or irritated, oat extract is very good, calming, and it's a wonderful ingredient to add to your skincare products. So we're going to go ahead and add in our oat extract. There we go. And then to the oat extract, we're going to be adding in some fragrance oil. So you could totally use essential oil here. I'm using fragrance oil. I'm using Pineapple Papaya by Brambleberry. I think it's a beautiful tropical fragrance that's going to go really nicely with this body butter. I'm really enjoying this fragrance in so many different applications. So we're going to be adding in the fragrance oil. Okay. Now you don't need a whole lot. A little goes a long way. So we are just using this at a very small ratio. And then to this, we're going to be adding in a bit of vitamin E. Now we're using vitamin E just to kind of help stabilize the shelf life of the oils and to kind of prevent rancidity. This does not require a preservative because we're not using any type of water oil mixture. So this is just a very pretty natural product that we're making, and you could make it all natural if you were just going to use essential oils or no fragrance at all. All right. I'm just going to give this a stir, and then we're going to mix it up with the whipped butters. All right, just giving this a quick stir. And then we're going to turn this on low at first and get that all incorporated in. As you can see, we're getting a nice and fluffy consistency. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add in one more ingredient, and then we're going to let this whip up for a while. Okay, so the last thing we're going to be adding to this before we get it going is some arrowroot powder. You could use cornstarch. I just like the consistency of arrowroot powder a bit better. And the arrowroot powder, at the percentage that we're using it in this recipe, is going to really cut down on that greasiness that you can sometimes get with heavy butters. So this is going to just cut down on that greasy feeling and really help with the skin feel of the overall product. It does also help with the silky type finish. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add it to our butters. Okay, so of course we're going to go slow with this because we don't want the powder just going everywhere. So we're going to incorporate it slowly. And then after it's all incorporated, we're going to go ahead and let this go on fairly high speed, probably medium high to high, and until we see this formula double or close to double in size. The point is to incorporate air into the product. Once this gets a little bit wetted down, I'll go ahead and turn it up higher. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and let this whip up for several minutes until it doubles in size, and we may have to stop every few minutes to scrape down the sides, but I'll bring you right back when it's all whipped up. All right, so everything's been incorporated and it whipped for about 6 full minutes on medium high to high speed, occasionally scraping down the sides. And does the texture get much better than that? I mean, oh my goodness, check this out. So light and fluffy and airy. Now you could whip this a little bit bigger if you like, but I find that sometimes if you whip things too big, you get a problem with deflation a few days later or when you're shipping. So I like to incorporate it, but still leave it fairly dense so that if you are shipping or it's bouncing around a lot, that you are still okay. So I think where you're going to run into issues with a product like this is in the high heat of the summer. Because it is an oil-based product, it will probably melt down in those extreme temperatures. So it is a recipe that is very much affected by the ambient temperature. And right now it's a beautiful consistency at my 70-degree house, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So the last thing we're going to do is go ahead and package this up, and I'm going to be piping that. So stay tuned. All right, we are all ready to go ahead and pipe the product into our containers. And I'm just using this big reusable piping bag that I got from a local food supply store. I'm sure you could pick one up on Amazon. And I'm using an open star tip. So I just wanted to show you how beautifully this pipes in. It's so gorgeous. Look at that. So at this point, we're just going to tamp it down a little bit and make sure we fill it all the way to the top. All right, here they are, all piped in and packaged up. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a product demo and then I'm going to sign off. All right, so the reason I've chosen these little 4-ounce containers here is because a little bit of this product goes a long way. It is quite decadent. And in a previous batch, I did pipe some into an 8-ounce container just to show you for comparison. This would take a customer or someone you were going to gift it to, or even just if you were going to be using it yourself, a very long time to go through. So I think that this 4-ounce size is perfect because someone can use it all up before they risk the shelf life of these oils going bad, which is about 1 year time. So let me just show you how this works. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that beautiful whipped texture. So this is going to be heavier than, say, like a thick cream or lotion, but it does have a really nice silky finish to it, fairly lightweight for a shea butter type body butter. So I'm just going to go ahead and just wanted to show you how it's melting nicely into the skin upon contact, and just that much was enough to go over both hands, fingers, and cuticles. And really you could use this on different areas of your body, your legs, your feet, even your face if you were going to use an essential oil. It has a really, really nice silky, lightweight skin feel, but it's definitely heavier than a lotion. So this is great for dry skin, mature skin, or anyone that just wants a little bit more like luxury to their product. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm super excited to be sharing this with you guys, and hopefully soon these will be up on my website, so please check for that. If I inspired you or you liked this video and you want more of this content, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and keep shining. Catch you on the next video.